Hello, sanibonani Dumelang, igama uZandy, isibongo Mfeka, umalwandle lo lwandle kalula lwezibhekane zona isihambela lekude phezulu. Do join. Another episode, another educational time. People, aren't we learning a lot about well-being, about us, how to navigate life? I am here to educate you, to inspire you, and keep you entertained. The name is Zandy, the surname is Mfeka. Welcome to another episode of Meaningful Conversations with Zandy Mfeka. Today, I have got something that I'm hearing for the first time. I must say, it's called
Energy Medicine Practitioner.
Thank you so much. Welcome to the show.
Hi everybody, I'm Akhika Pillay and I'm an Energy Medicine Practitioner and a Balanced Life Coach with the World Institute for Incurable Diseases and with the World Institute for Leadership and Global Advancement.
Please unpack it for us. Start with the first one. Follow with we've already had a conversation with a life coach previously, Lolika Ibrahim, and she took us through what life coaches does. Are you also into doing the same thing? Or it's different? And if it's different, how?
So it's very complementary. So let's start with energy medicine practice. Energy medicine practice is about healing your body, your mind, your soul, your past, and also preparing for a more meaningful life in your future. So when we look at you, the whole healing process is about awakening your mind, healing your emotions, and boosting your vitality. And together with the mind, body, soul balance in life, it gives you a more centered life. And sometimes our health is not necessarily because we have physical illnesses. Zandy, sometimes we come with a lineage of family issues or problems or health conditions that is from our lineage or our family line, and that transposes onto us, and so we need to clear those energy imbalances that causes health. Sometimes our health issues start in our emotional and mental minds that need to be healed and cleared in order to clear and heal the physical body.
Okay, so you are saying that you heal people using the energy they keep in their body.
Okay.
And you are doing this aligning to all things natural.
Absolutely. So all we do is we tap into your own energy. I have been trained as an energy medicine practitioner, very much like how you would go to a school
doctor.
of medicine. I have been to the Philippines where I trained under Master Dalpe, and I've learned how to scan your energy centers. So all of us have this physical body, but we also have what is called the etheric body or the vitality body. So if I can explain, Zandy, how the healing works and relate it to a cell phone. See the cell phone on the outside is your physical body. It's what you see and how whether you put a beautiful cover or not. But what is the vitality of a cell phone?
It's what is inside. Can I receive the message? Can I call the people and hear them?
But more importantly, it's the battery, right? So you can have the latest Samsung or iPhone.
The battery, okay.
If there's no battery life, that cell phone is dead. So your vitality body is your battery. It what propels you and gives you that energy. So when you hear someone say, I'm so tired today, it's not the physical body, it's the vitality body that's depleted of that energy.
Okay.
Then you have your emotional and mental body, and that is like the software in your phone. Your emotional body is all the emotions you've accumulated and what you are constantly feeling. So what you feel, you project outward, and it becomes a health issue. Your mind is what you're constantly thinking about. So as you think, so you become. So we have to keep that mind in that well-being state. And then you have the fifth dimension of health, which is your spiritual self. And that is whether you connect to a higher form in the name of God or spirituality.
Whatever
or
that you believe
whatever
in.
You believe.
So hence energy medicine practice. So you practice medicine, but using the energy in the person's body, or what you find. You work with what you find in me so that you can heal me.
Yes.
Hey, guys, we are learning a lot today. I think I owe somebody an apology. There is a guy called DJ Sboo. And let me congratulate him while I'm at it, because it started at the radio 2000 today. I heard it this morning when I was coming this way. You know, at some point, DJ Sboo, we used to know him as this classy, Lani guy who's wearing suits, wearing Armani's, your brands and everything, and people admired and liked him. Suddenly, he just changed. He started wearing dark ethnic clothes, you know, that are more like representing the earth. He started having dreadlocks. And at one point, we saw teachers all over going around hugging trees.
So he's a very smart man, because the energy of nature is what densifies your body. So when I talked about the 5 levels of body, your 5 dimensions of health, being your physical, your etheric, your mental and emotional and physical, you connect to the 5 dimensions of health. The first is the earth. This is where you draw your vitality from. So the earth has a lot of grounding energy. It densifies your bones, but it also boosts your financial and physical vitality. So I'm encouraging those of you who want to attract good physical health and financial vitality, do a lot of grounding exercises with earth, and that will help to open up those energy centers in your body.
Hence, I'm saying that the whole nation owes DJ Sboo an apology. Apologies, DJ Sboo. And as of today, when I leave this place, I'm going to hug one tree. I have a tree in my house, in my yard, so I'm going to hug that. Now, Ashika, let's talk about the chakras. How do you pronounce it? Chakras. Please talk to us about chakras, and how do you use chakras to align them to the energy, and how can we also benefit from that information, aligning the chakras to the energy, and use that to heal ourselves when we are sick?
So chakras are just energy vortexes in your body, okay? And they actually control your main organs.
Okay.
So like I said, you have this physical body with all your organs and your systems. Underneath that is that vitality body, which is controlled by what we call the chakras, those energy centers. They are like the power switches in your body. As you switch it on, you generate the good health. So when energy healers work with people, we balance those energy centers called the chakras. Most schools, healing schools, talk about 7 chakras. In our healing school with Master Dalpe, we work on 17 different chakras.
Where do they lie? Where are the main chakras in our body? Where, if you can just give us a basic education on that, so that even the person who doesn't understand what are they and where are they, maybe we can go out here with more understanding, and we can actually know when we come back to you for this healing that is sounding much better than medicine, because we know that all kinds of tablets and medication have got side effects. This one, I do believe that it has no side effects. Absolutely. Because you are using what you find it is already in somebody's body. So where are the chakras, main ones? Where are they, the 7 ones that you spoke about?
So we have the spiritual chakras. Those are the ones that connect you to your divine self, whatever that is, whatever God form or spiritual higher presence you have. They are located at the top of your head, your crown. We call it the crown chakra. This is the seat of your intuition, and this is where you can draw your intuitive intelligence from. Then Can I
ask you something? Yeah. Can I stop you there?
Yeah, sure.
You are saying that this chakra is located somewhere here on the head and on the top, and it aligns to your spiritual being.
Yes.
Does it have anything to do with what I'm going to ask you? If I've prayed I don't know whether should I say too hard or too emotional, I do get some kind of a tingle or a slight pain that wants to feel like a slight headache. Is it because of that?
It's because you've activated that energy center, that chakra.
Okay.
So when there's energy coming in and you're expanding, your body is expanding, the chakras rotate clockwise. When you see a dying person, their chakras start to
anti-clockwise.
Anti-clockwise, because the life
the energy is being taken away from.
Being taken away.
Okay.
So when you do a lot of spiritual practices, and if you do feel that tingling at the top of your head, it's because you are expanding your awareness, your intuitive intelligence, and expanding that chakra. So your next one is your mental chakra. It's seated in between your mid-brow. And this is very good for activating your mental intelligence. So we have 2 points of mental intelligence in our body. Mental intelligence here in your mid-brow and on your throat. So people who cannot express themselves easily, who have a lot of pent-up emotions, or they end up suffering with thyroid issues and metabolic issues, like you put on a lot of weight if you're not expressing yourself properly, or you're holding a lot of pent-up emotions. So when we go in as healers...
So it's important to express yourself in every situation. Don't boil it inside.
Yes.
Okay. Please continue.
So let me explain. So your concrete mental intelligence comes from your throat. So that's when you have all your short term, you're learning something new. You're like a taxi driver in Soweto. All you're doing is looking in front, to the side and the back. You got a destination to go. It's short term. But your abstract mental intelligence between your eyebrows is the one that is like a pilot on a plane. It sees a whole range of things. That's where your philanthropy comes from. You have that higher wisdom. Have you ever heard of somebody saying, that's a wise soul, he's intelligent beyond his years? That's because those individuals have a very expanded...
The IQ people.
The IQ people
with high IQ.
Yes. So when you have then your heart, then you have emotional chakras or energy centers. That's in your heart. Your physical heart controls your physical emotions. So if you've heard of people talk about he or she has a golden heart, right? Because your heart has the pinkish golden energy. It's a softening element of who you are. And if you have a bigger expanded heart, you have more discrimination and awareness, and you can actually connect from the higher to the material. So your upper chakras control your material, your spiritual self. Your lower chakras, which we'll talk about, control your material self. The heart becomes the connector to balance your materiality and your spirituality.
That's amazing.
So if you have a blocked heart, you've had lots of traumas in your life, and you're afraid to trust and love again, your heart is very small, and so you can't expand exponentially. Okay, then your next emotional chakra is in your solar plexus. It's a seat just below your heart. The front chakra controls your courage, your determination. It controls your commitment. But the back, which sits at the back energy center, that is the one controls all your pent-up emotions. So your anger, your resentments, your rage, your fear, all. And if that energy center is bigger than the heart, then it creates a lot of fear, and that's when people get stuck and they can't move forward. So we need to bring it back into balance. So now we talked about the spiritual chakras.
At the top, at the head, and then you've got your eye,
the throat.
And
now
then
we talked about the emotional, which is the heart and the solar. Now we're going to talk about the material chakras or the physical chakras. So many schools don't recognize the navel chakra. That is the chakra for your longevity and your vitality and stamina.
Okay.
So people who suffer from chronic fatigue, for example, we need to activate the navel chakra.
How do we activate these chakras? Now, if I'm saying that I want to activate, for example, you've said the one that is for intelligence is here. I want to activate my...
How about I tell you about the chakras and I teach you how to activate it, right?
My bad. This is too interesting. Okay.
So the navel also holds your instinctive intelligence. So if you expand your navel energy center, then you're a very grounded person, and then you have an anti-aging technique. Because if your navel is strong and firm,
Where is that? I don't know.
right here. So you don't have to take a lot of anti-aging pills, because if you have a strong energy in your navel, that golden energy, you have good skin. You don't. Your hips are supported in your old age. You don't have knee
No
problems.
sagging boobies.
No sagging boobies. Absolutely. But then you have a chakra also just below your navel called the sacral or the sex
That
chakra.
is,
That's
or
where
just
your
above your reproductive organ is. Okay.
Yeah. Now, many people think it's only about sex, right? But actually, your sex chakra is connected to your throat. So
Expression. You said this one is it's the people who hold back emotions and don't express themselves. They find problems here.
Yes.
Okay, so this one is connected
to your sex chakra.
Okay.
That's where your creativity comes from. So when you see musicians and artists, and if you've learned how to scan, you'll see they have very strong sex and throat chakras, because people who carry a lot of guilt and shame about their past, people who have been abused in their past, they tend to have a very shrunken sex chakra that leads to prostate problems, female reproductive problems, etc. And then you get stuck. You can't move forward. You get you lose control of yourself, and so you're always in a guilt, fight or flight state. So
because you're not trusting, you're not opening up. Okay.
Yes. And the one that I like the most is the base of your spine chakra, which is
where is that sitting? Located at?
It's at your coccyx, right at the base of your spine, right down here.
Okay.
So that one controls your physical body, your musculoskeletal system, and if that is strong, then you have a strong physical body. But it controls your financial energy as well. So if you want to attract somebody who has lots of money, learn how to scan their base chakra, and then you'll know, hey, I have a
blesser.
So the base chakra, your base chakra actually controls your physical and your financial vitality. So when people come to me crying about, I don't have money, I say, let's energize that base, and I teach.
See, I don't have money. I'm coming. I need money.
And then, of course, your roots. You have energy centers below your feet, your roots. Your roots connect you to and ground you. So if you're not grounded, and your roots are not strong, then you're not going to have that physical vitality to attract physical well-being as well as financial well-being. So that's your material chakras, as we call it. Combined, then you have that balance between your physical and your material self. So in life, you can't always only seek to grow spiritually, because if you go om, you can become homeless, because your energy is not grounded on the earth.
You are unable to activate your financial structure. That is okay.
Yeah. So you have to also do physical grounding exercises and breathing techniques in order to bring that vitality, the physical and financial vitality, and bring the spiritual vitality. So you fly high on two wings, material and spiritual. And that's what makes
And that's where your balance comes from, because everything that is material and spiritual, it's aligning. And when everything aligns, it also means that there's a high possibility that you are able to express yourself.
Oh, yes. Absolutely. And you have a resonating energy that, because we all are just energy, right? We just have this physical body as a vehicle, but everything we think about is enacted in our energy space. So have you met somebody that you say, wow, I just feel so happy in this person's energy?
Yeah.
That's because the body, mind, and soul is aligned, and that person is vibrating a lot of positive energy, and his or her aura is enclosing you in that aura of happiness.
And I'm able to draw energy from such a person.
Yes, you
because it happens sometimes, like these people who are good in public speaking, they come to a workshop or a conference, they speak for only 10 minutes, you feel like they've spoken for 1 second, and immediately they leave, you are suddenly all happy, you are all bubbly, and Ah,
Then
okay.
equally, you have people who are vibrating at the lower energy space where they're only focusing on problems and unhappiness. And
Negative
sometimes,
energy.
even if you don't know them, you sit next to them at a coffee shop, you start to feel your energy depleting and you feel
How do you
uncomfortable.
deal with those?
We have a technique called shielding, where you shield your energy from the negative or even the positive influences of other people, because you always want to operate in your own energy field, right? You want to balance those chakras. You want to be able to be in control of your physical material well-being, and you want to attract the right energy to yourself. So we have a process called shielding, where you shield and protect your energy so you don't become impacted by the energy,
By the negative that are
of
bringing
other
to you.
people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we use, and then as you have energy centers or chakras in the front of your body, you also have them at the back of your body.
Okay.
And that's where many schools, healing schools, don't work on the back energy centers. Those are very important because your back energy centers or your back chakras connects to your past. So we all have a past. From the moment we are conceived, to the time we are born, and right up till our current biological age, we have the past to work with. All our experiences are bottled up some way in terms of how we react. And as Coach Lalika was talking about, your experiences get stored up, and you have a choice whether to let that define your life or to propel you to your next steps.
Which is the reason why a boy child that grows up in an abusive family setting, when they grow up and then they start having their own relationship, they think it's normal to hit a woman, because that energy that is coming from your upbringing that is sitting in your past now comes back to haunt you if you don't find a way to release it.
Yes.
Now, Ashika, please tell us about how do we balance the chakras with the moon?
So the full moon, every full moon carries a particular virtue. So for example, we had the Aries full moon now on the 25th of March, and that's the virtue of good health. It's a virtue of speed and dynamism. It's a full moon that gives you the opportunity to reflect, to focus on your health and well-being. So all 12 full moons actually do have virtues, right? And we then, as I have full moon intro sessions where I will take you through the virtues of the full moon. We'll do some practices to use the full moon virtue to activate those virtues in your body. So you can have a full moon of objectivity and practicality, or the full moon of willpower and vitality. So it depends what is the full moon virtue of that month, and then we do some practices to really anchor in those virtues.
Can I use the full moon and align my chakras to release negative energy? That I feel that I don't want to keep this. Maybe I've already identified what is it that is my past traumas, and I use that, then I can just get rid of it completely.
Well,
without taking antidepressants or sleeping tablets.
Well, you have to do a series of healing, right? Because, you know, when I was talking about the past, you also have a connection to your lineage. So your forefathers, etc. There's a lineage.
Family tree.
Family tree.
Okay.
There's energies and predominant characteristics in your family that can impact you. So if you've noticed somebody that has cancer, for example, when you investigate, there's a history of cancer going back to grandparents, great-grandparents. And that lineage,
genes, all in the genes, yeah.
So when we heal, we don't only heal the person now that has cancer. We have to heal the past. So we have to heal that family energy of cancer, metabolic diseases, and
all the way from the past up until the current person that you are healing at that particular point in time.
Yeah.
Wow.
If you don't, you take that generational curse or that generational health issue into the future. So your children could have cancer, for example. So we have to heal right from source at whatever point.
From the roots of the problems.
Yes.
Yeah.
So sometimes just the full moon is not enough to heal some of your health issues or your emotional issues, because it may be rooted in your past or your lineage past that needs to be cleaned out to help you to move forward. But certainly if you take the virtue of a full moon and you say, well, this month I'm only focusing on willpower and vitality, and you do all those exercises and breathing techniques to improve your willpower and vitality, then we can see a difference immediately. So when I work with my students, we do a lot of what is called synchronized breathing.
Okay.
Because you got to balance awaken or heal your emotions, awaken your mind, and increase your spiritual connection. So we do body, mind, soul, and spirit.
Is it the same as just normal, what do you call it? It's what do they call it? That kind that transcendental meditation is it the same thing?
No, it's slightly different. I'm happy to show you a demonstration of it. It's very simple. You can do it any way you are. It just balances your body, mind, emotions, and your spiritual self. So it brings you into perfect alignment. It calms you down. It allows you to sleep better. It helps you to boost your willpower and vitality. So those are simple breathing techniques. And then if you are very emotional, you suffer from depression and anxiety, we teach you how to do the navel breathing, because then if you boost your navel and you have longevity and you have willpower in your emotional body, then you can overcome some of your issues as well. So these are breathing techniques that's very simple, very easy, and maybe we can do it when we're running another session so people can learn that you don't need doctors all the time. Some of the self-help techniques are so amazing that it will change your life completely. So I've healed people from end-stage cancer where they were actually in ICU. Doctors have lost hope. We brought them into full remission through some of our healing techniques. We work a lot with metabolic diseases because a lot of times your trauma of your childhood stays connected to your liver and your pancreas.
Just using these techniques that you have just mentioned, and you are not in...
I don't touch you. I do it over the WhatsApp or Zoom. I just connect to your energy. I tune into your energy. I'm trained to be to scan you, like you go for a physical scan.
Like you go for that what is it called? MIR. When they just put you on that machine, the whole body goes through that and then the report comes out. So you also do the same, exactly the same thing, except that you don't have the machine.
Chakras. I just scan your chakras and that tells me where there's diseases in your body. And then we work with the breathing techniques, some biomechanical exercises to flush your body systems, and a meditation where you release some of your negativities out to the ocean, and then some forgiveness rituals. And then we heal your past, we heal your family, and it gives you an anchoring and a new consciousness about life. Look, some of your problems won't go away, but how you respond to those
will be different too.
So where we have a lot of youth coming to us with depression, we teach them when you have a trigger that's going to trigger you and set you back into depression, then these are the techniques you employ immediately, and that will help calm you down, bring you into a more centered space. And it's so easy. You can do it even in your toilet. You know, you don't have to go and make a special sacred spot to meditate or do these exercises. You can do them anyway. And that's the beauty of the Be Well Science healing mechanism that we use through the World Institute for Incurable Diseases.
You know, as you're talking, I'm sitting and I'm thinking, why am I still paying for my medical aid? Like, honestly speaking, if the energy that I have can heal me, and okay, yeah. So but today you have learned a lot. You are no longer a graduate in the School of Life. You are now a professor in the School of Life. Ashika, this month, this podcast, we are focusing on the autism. It's, as you know, that on the 2nd of April up to the 9th, it's Autism Awareness Week. But there are news that are circulating with the UN now that the whole month of April they are dedicating 2024. They are dedicating to what you call awareness, not just awareness but acceptance. It's going to be an acceptance month whereby they are teaching people different skills and techniques. what can you then say to us concerning the people who are autistic and the way you heal people using nature?
So, Zandy, it's really interesting because I am healing some autistic children at the moment.
Honestly.
And when you scan autistic children energetically, you see that they have sometimes the sins of the parents get connected to the children, and it's almost at a spiritual level, it's a punishment to the parents. So that is the non-medical part of autism that medical science will not focus on. It's a spiritual aspect that we would have to heal. So the connection of parent to child at the time of conception, what were the sins that connected to the child, or what were the, as the Hindus talk about karma, what was the karma that connected to that child? So we have to heal that. And then because of the brain...
Hence, earlier you mentioned that you start the healing process from the past. You must deal with the time from the birth of the baby up until the time they are coming to you. You have to scan that part first and see what is it that is impacting them. Yeah.
So you clear that aspect. That is a non-medical responder issue of autism. Then you have the medical aspect, which is the imbalance in the brain and the brain to body connection that has gaps. So we work with the chakras, like we talked about. We work at...
I believe at this point, this part, because you said that, because most of the time they are known for not being able to express themselves.
But we also have to work with the musculoskeletal system, which is through the physical chakras, because some of them have mobility issues. But we work with the nervous system through the forehead chakra, because it controls your limbic brain, which is your emotional brain. We reprogram the emotional brain to help the children to find more balance, because generally autistic children have more emotional outbursts, etc. So you have to balance that. And then we work with the brain itself and the energy centers in the brain. There's at least 4 different energy centers in the brain that needs to recalibrate. So from the base, for example, the base of your spine to the base of your head to the base of your spine, we reprogram your whole spinal column using energy colors and so on. So there is a lot of hope for autistic children because and autistic people, because we have had multiple successes through the World Institute of Incurable Diseases healing autism. But the healing is not only for the person with autism. The healing is also for the family, because you go through...
Because I mean, like, how do you deal with it? Because at some point, I've been following this lady who's got an autistic child, is now 14. At some point, he will even attack her.
Yes.
When he's at, I don't know what's the proper word to use, but let us just say, just for the sake of simply making it simple, when he is at his lowest point with being an autistic child, he will just attack the mother.
Yeah.
But now at the end of the day, as a parent, all of those are traumas.
Yeah. So when we heal, we also have to heal the parent, the home, the family life. And we have to work very vigorously with the roots of an autistic child, because there's obviously a break to that. A lot of spiritual reprogramming and emotional reprogramming, aside from the mental and the physical reprogramming. So it takes a while, but we give...
But it's doable.
It is absolutely doable. So where sometimes the physical conditions cannot be repaired completely because of certain really huge damages to the nervous system or to the muscular physical system, then at least we can reprogram the mind to be at a healthier state and more peaceful, more loving, and more kind. So you don't...
And they're smart. One thing I've learned that they're very smart.
Yeah. So I think the easier part is where they are on the spectrum, but not fully autistic. On the spectrum, autism is easier to heal because it's a lot of hyperactivity. It's like retraining the brain, retraining the body and the brain to body responses. So we've had lots of success with that. So the techniques we teach, like the synchronized breathing, the navel breathing, those are techniques autistic people need to do because it really calms them down. And it helps the parents also to cope as well.
Ashika, this is very interesting. I think I'll need a round 2 of this conversation. Otherwise, my production team is going to kill me because we've went over time, right? So yeah, for now, let us end this conversation here, to be continued, because we are learning a lot, and this is the education that you cannot get anywhere unless you go and dig for it. Like we are bringing it to you today. How do we get hold of you?
So I do have a website. It's www.virtuehealingandwellness.com, or you can contact me on Instagram, Ashika at 609, or you can contact me on 060-509-8495.
Okay. Ashika, thank you so much for coming through.
Cheers.
This to be continued, because this is one of the life lessons that you can never get enough of it.
Sure.
And things are amazing. I cannot even speak. Amazing things are happening on this podcast, because you will know that on the previous episode, I just mentioned that we are looking for the space to host the mini business fair for people that are living in Durban for free of charge. And now I've just got the venue for free of charge. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate your support.
Thank you, and thank you, everyone.